You have sat in that room where 5 projects collide and nobody knows which one moves first. That is life without a program roadmap. You walk into a steering committee meeting. The VP asks one question: how do all these projects connect to our Q3 launch? The room goes quiet. 3 project managers look at each other. Nobody has the answer. That silence is the exact gap a program roadmap is built to fill. Today, I am going to show you what it is, why it matters, and how the best program managers use it to keep leadership aligned. A program roadmap is not a project plan with a fancy name. Let me be clear about that up front. A project roadmap tracks one initiative, deliverables, timelines, owners. A program roadmap sits above that level entirely. It connects multiple related projects into one strategic view. Think of it as the map that shows how 5 or 6 different workstreams come together to deliver a single business outcome. It answers the question executives actually care about: are we on track to hit the goal, not just finish tasks? If your organization is running a digital transformation, for example, you might have separate projects for data migration, platform build, user training, and change management. The program roadmap shows how all 4 move together. It shows where they depend on each other. And it reveals what happens to the whole program if one of them slips. The first thing a strong program roadmap does is anchor every project to a business objective. Without this, you end up with teams doing great work that connects to nothing. I saw this happen at a mid-size fintech company a few years back. They had 7 active projects, all well managed individually. But when the CEO asked which ones supported the new market expansion, only 2 PMs could answer clearly. A program roadmap would have made that connection visible from day one. Each row on the roadmap ties back to a strategic theme or OKR. Leadership can look at it and immediately see which efforts drive revenue, which reduce risk, and which support compliance. That clarity changes how decisions get made during budget conversations. It also protects teams from random priority shifts, because the strategic link is documented and visible to everyone. This is where most programs quietly fall apart. Project A needs the API that Project B is building. Project C cannot start user testing until Project D finishes the design system. When these dependencies live only inside people's heads, delays cascade without any warning. A program roadmap maps these connections explicitly on one page. It shows which projects sit on the critical path and which ones have float. At Microsoft, their large-scale product launches involve dozens of interdependent workstreams managed simultaneously. Program managers there use roadmaps to visualize exactly where a 2-week delay in one team creates a bottleneck for 3 others. You do not need to be Microsoft to benefit from this practice. Even a 5-project program gets tangled fast without dependency mapping. The roadmap becomes your early warning system before small slips become program-wide crises. A good program roadmap does not just show timelines laid end to end. It highlights the moments that actually matter. These are your milestone checkpoints and decision gates. Milestones mark when something significant is complete: a beta launch, a regulatory approval, a platform go-live. Decision gates are different and often more important. They are the points where leadership decides whether to continue, pivot, or stop entirely. PMI's research on program management shows that programs without formal decision gates are far more likely to keep investing in failing initiatives long past the point of reason. Your roadmap should mark both types clearly and make them impossible to miss. When stakeholders see these gates approaching, they prepare and gather data. They make informed calls instead of reactive ones. It transforms governance from a bureaucratic checkbox into a genuine steering mechanism that earns respect. Here is something many program managers overlook entirely. Your roadmap should surface resource conflicts before they become full-blown crises. If Project A and Project C both need your only senior data engineer in March, that is a problem you want to see in January. The program roadmap gives you that forward visibility. It does not need to go into individual task assignments, that is what project plans handle. But at the program level, it should show capacity heat maps or resource allocation bands across teams. This is what separates reactive firefighting from proactive program management. Companies like Spotify and Atlassian build resource views directly into their program roadmaps as standard practice. When a new initiative gets proposed, they can immediately see where it competes for talent and bandwidth. That single feature has saved countless hours of negotiation, replanning, and uncomfortable conversations. Now, even with a solid roadmap in place, there are traps that catch experienced program managers. The first one is making it too detailed. If your program roadmap looks like a Gantt chart with 200 lines, nobody will read it and nobody will trust it. Keep it at the summary level where it stays useful. The second mistake is treating it as a static document that lives in a drawer. A roadmap that gets updated once a quarter is just a poster on the wall. Review it bi-weekly or at every steering committee meeting without exception. The third trap is building it alone in isolation. If your project managers and key stakeholders were not involved in creating it, they will not trust it or follow it. Collaboration in building the roadmap is exactly what creates shared ownership of the plan. So here is what I want you to do right now, before you close this video. Open a blank slide or a whiteboard tool. List every active project in your program down the left side. Draw one line from each project to the business objective it supports. If you cannot draw that line for even one project, you have already found your first problem to solve. That exercise takes 10 minutes and it is the seed of your entire program roadmap. Start there, refine it over the next few days, and share it with your sponsor this week. If this helped you think differently about program management, go ahead and subscribe because we break down concepts like this every single week. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.